Hello everyone! Once again it's time to travel around the world and uncover the meaning and origin of the names of all the countries of the world. If you missed the previous episodes, check out this playlist. While you're doing that, don't forget to subscribe, as I only cover 7 countries per episode, so there's a lot more to come. Today we start off with the small African nation of Burundi. This name means the land of Rundi speakers, also known as Kirundi, which is the language spoken by most of the people. It was adopted in 1962 after the dissolution of the Ruanda-Urundi Belgian colony, which led to their independence. It's worth noting that this is not the name of any one ethnic group, but rather the name of a language. Next we land in Southeast Asia, where Cambodia lies. First of all, this is the Latinized version of Kambuja, the local spelling, and it means the land of the Kambojas. This in turn derives from the Sanskrit Kambojadeśa, meaning the exact same thing. A local legend originating 1000 years ago attributes this name to Svayambhuva Kambu, a legendary Indian sage who reached the Indochina peninsula and married a Naga princess, thus uniting the Indian and local races. In this story, Kambuja derives from Kambu and Ja and means descendants of Kambu. There are other theories too, but none are backed up by hard evidence. Now let's fly back to Africa and analyze the name of Cameroon. This is easy enough to explain. It simply means shrimp. Now how did that happen? As you know, African nations used to be subdued by European powers who drew their borders and gave their names. Cameroon is no exception. It got its name from the French Cameroun, which in turn derived from the German Kamerun, which entered the language through the anglicized Cameroons of the Portuguese Rio de Camarões. This was bestowed by Portuguese explorers in 1472 after they encountered a massive swarm of ghost shrimps in the Wouri River. In case you were wondering, the word comes from Latin camarus, meaning lobster, which ultimately derives from the Greek kamaros. Hopping over the Atlantic, we find the gigantic country of Canada. Its name comes from the Iroquoian language and it means village or settlement. The most widespread theory of how this name came to be is actually wrong. The theory goes that in 1535, Breton-French explorer Jacques Cartier had misunderstood Canada to be the name of Chief Donnacona's capital, which was in fact Stadacona, the village that would eventually turn into Quebec City. However, Cartier was perfectly aware that Canada, or Kanata, means town or village. But he did however call the St. Lawrence Valley area Le Pays de Canada, literally meaning land or country of villages. And this name was then later popularized and attributed to the entire territory of French Canada, and later in 1867 it was adopted to be the name of the entire confederation. Today it seems we revolve a lot around Africa. Here we can find the tiny island nation of Cape Verde, or Cabo Verde as it's known locally. It comes from Portuguese, meaning Green Cape. It got its name due to its position across the mainland cape with the same name, located in today's Senegal. In case you don't know, a cape is a headland that extends out into a body of water. The word originates from the Latin caput, or head, while verde also comes from Latin, viridis meaning green, while the verb vireo means to sprout or flourish. The Central African Republic is pretty self-explanatory. It's a republic in the central part of Africa. As to how the term Africa came to be, well, that's complicated. The most prevalent theory is that ancient Romans used the name Africa Terra, or Land of Afri, to describe what is today Tunisia. Afri might come from the Phoenician Afar, meaning dust, the Greek Afrike, meaning without cold, the Latin Aprica, meaning sunny, or the ancient Egyptian Afruika, meaning motherland. As all of these meanings seem to relate to the actual continent, and all of these aforementioned cultures came in contact with North Africa, any one of these theories could be true. Or it could be a combination of them all. I'll let you decide this one. And lastly, we remain in Africa and briefly visit Chad. Its name literally means lake, and it refers to the gigantic Lake Chad in the southwest. The word comes from the local Kanuri language in the form of tsade, which means large expanse of water. It came to designate this area after the French colonial expansion reached these lands and were collectively named the military territories of the countries and protectorates of Chad. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. Tell me what you think about it downstairs, and do hit that subscribe button if you want to see more episodes. If you really enjoyed this, there's a Patreon page where you can support my work. I hope to see you next time. Bye.